Hello, my name is Garrett De La Paz. I'm the roasting educator at Mill City Roasters. Once again, we're in Northeast Minneapolis, which is home to Mill City Roasters, and it's actually my home. So we're once again in my home. We're on, I don't know what it is, we're at the end of the 2-week stay at home. Well, today we're actually going to be looking at blending. Blending is something that's kind of mysterious for a lot of new roasters, and so I figured we'd just take a little time, I could share my knowledge and my ideas and concepts around blending. Okay, so with most blending, we can kind of break up blends into 3 basic concepts. Pre-blends, coffees that are actually mixed together, greens that are mixed together before roasting. Pre-blends. Post-blends, greens that are roasted individually to a specific profile and then blended after roasting to a specific ratio. And pre and post blends, combination of both. A pre-blend that you roast to a specific profile, a single origin that you roast to a specific profile, and then you mix the pre and post after roasting, pre-post blends. All 3 of those concepts of blending, in my opinion, have a place in coffee because they all create unique cups. No matter what way you cut it, you can't really replicate one of the 3 different styles of blending by using the other styles. A pre-blend is going to have a different style of cup with the same greens as a post-blend, as a pre-post blend. That's just the nature of the beast, which is kind of exciting and fun. All right, so why would you make a blend? That might be the next question, or at least that's in my head. I'm thinking that's something we should talk about. First and foremost, unique cup. It's a very unique cup. Everyone can source the same greens to a certain degree, contact the same importers, source the same coffees, buy the same origins, but blends, no one can really replicate your blend. I come from kitchens, and I think that one of the most unique aspects in a kitchen is the soup. Every kitchen has their own unique soups that they make in-house, mostly in-house. So I think of a blend as a little bit like that. You're gonna get customers that are gonna come far and wide to basically acquire that blend because they're not gonna really get it anywhere else. So first and foremost, a good idea to do blends, unique cup. Second, complexity. And these are in my own ranked order, not really because they have an important order. Complexity. You can't really get the same complexity that you can out of a single origin as you can out of a blend. Now, sure, you could have a really exciting single origin and then a couple really boring blend components, and then of course you might be able to make a blend that's more boring than an SO, but just talking apples to apples, you're gonna get more complexity out of a blend. Cost effective. That's one of the things that most people think about right away when it comes to blends is, hey, I can take some cheap coffee and blend some more expensive coffee together and save some money. Yeah, that's a thing for sure. It's not always a black and white thing like that. I don't think it's a good idea to go into blending just to make more money, but definitely blends can be more cost effective. It's also, in a weird way, talking about that soup reference, it's a home for off-spec roasts. Let's say you get this beautiful geisha, you want to roast it really light, but for some reason your first production roast of it goes a little bit more medium. Now this is a beautiful coffee, lots of complexity, lots of drinkability, but you don't really have a place in your lineup for a medium geisha. Well, if you have a couple blends, house blends, I'm thinking that one of them might be improved or kept consistent by adding a certain ratio of this off-spec geisha. So it's always nice to have a couple blends in-house because that's a good home for some of your off-spec roasts. Now, I'm not saying that you should put all your off-spec roasts into a big bucket and mix them up and call it the house blend, but honestly, it might be kind of fun and exciting. But that's one of the reasons to do a blend. And the final blend, or the final reason I'm gonna say, is you can actually create some consistency in your lineup through seasonality. We're getting much more seasonal when it comes to green coffee sourcing, and so certain coffees aren't gonna be available. Well, if you have blends in your lineup, then you can kind of plug and play or plug in certain greens to keep those blends consistent when other greens aren't available. So that's one of the things you can do. A more blend heavy lineup will probably be more consistent every day throughout the year than a more single origin lineup. And that's something to think about if you're a big company and you're looking at keeping consistency across the seasons for all your customers. Now, that isn't always my favorite thing in coffee, but that's a good reason why. Okay, well, those are the number 1 reasons why you might want to make a blend, and those are kind of the basic concepts of blending.